Good morning, boys and girls. So for today, for Wednesday, you have a coloring activity. This is one of your activities that's going to review back to some other fraction strategies that we've looked at previously this year, while still moving into our multiplying fractions and whole numbers. As you can see on top, there's just the problems for you to solve. On the bottom, it turns into word problems. Here's what we are going to do. We are going to work through 3 of these together. One is going to be number 6, one is going to be number 11, and then we're going to end on number 4, because I know that subtracting those mixed numbers was one of those strategies that we were having a little bit of issue with. So I do want to help you go back on that one just to make sure we remember and understand that concept. Starting on number 6, multiplying our 2 times 3/5, we are going to use the repeated addition strategy today. So we're going to do 3/5 plus 3/5. Again, because that 2 whole is going to tell us how many times that we need to add it. So 3/5 plus 3/5 would give us those 2 3/5 that we need. And then taking those down, we got 3/5 plus 3/5 is going to give us 6/5. As you can see on top, boys and girls, in the direction, it does say that fraction answers are simplified. That also implies that you need to convert your answers into mixed numbers. So the next step is going to be dividing to see how many times 5 can go into 6. We're going to draw our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ones. Looking at our divisor, each group needs to have 5 ones in it. We're going to have one of those. Circling our whole number, boxing what is left, and then underlining your divisor. This mixed number would now turn into 1 and 1/5. So this is going to be our final answer for number 6. Now looking at the color beside it, this is going to help you with the next part, which is your coloring page. So on your coloring page of the under the C, you're going to be looking for the answer 1 and 1/5. Wherever that answer is, you're going to color that object orange. That object happens to be our puffer fish. So we are going to take our orange. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but we're going to go through and color our puffer fish orange. Moving on to number 11, our word problem. A headband is made of 7/10 foot of ribbon. How much ribbon is needed to make 4 headbands? So thinking about us having this 4 of the 7/10, we talked about that of turning into that multiplication symbol. So this is still going to turn us into a multiplication sentence of 4 times 7/10, because you need 7/10 foot for each headband. And so since there's 4 headbands, you have to multiply it in order to find that answer. For this one, I am going to stick with our over 1 strategy to multiply straight across. 4 times 7 is going to give us 28. 1 times 10 is going to give us 10. Again, like it talked about on top, each answer is in simplified form. If you would like to simplify this first before dividing, you are more than welcome to. I'm going to choose to divide first and then simplify from there. Okay, so we are going to see how many times 10 can go into 28. For this, I'm just going to flip my paper over real quick because there's not a whole lot of room down here. So to make sure we have enough room, we're going to flip this over. So 10 divided into 28. Using our base 10 strategy, we're going to draw our 2 10s and our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ones. Starting with our 10s, we cannot make a group of 10. So we're going to cross off these 2 10s and then bringing them over to the 1s. Every 10 that you cross off, you need to bring 10 over. So since there's 2 10s, we need to bring 20 over. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Thinking about our divisor, this is going to tell us how many 1s need to be in each group. So we have 10 here. We have 10 here. So that's going to give us 2 groups. We're going to circle how many groups there are. We're going to box how many are left. And we're going to underline that divisor. So bringing all this out into a mixed number is going to give us 2 with our circle. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boxed. So that is our numerator. And then 10 stays as your denominator. Now looking at 2 and 8/10. 8 and 10 are both even. So we can simplify this down. We're going to start with our 2's. Bringing this out, your whole number does not change. So please make sure that your whole number stays. 8 divided by 2 is going to be 4. 10 divided by 2 is going to be 5. Continuing to look at our fraction to see if we can simplify again, we have 4 and 5. 4 is even, so we could simplify that. However, 5 is prime. There are no factors that 4 and 5 share, so they cannot be simplified. So 2 and 4/5 is our final answer. So we're going to come back here. We're going to make a little equal sign to say 2 and 4/5. And then we're going to look at our picture. Wherever it has 2 and 4/5, we are going to color that blue. Now, for this one, 2 and 4/5 is found as your background. So I'm not going to color the entire background. However, the ocean for your underwater scene is going to be entirely blue. So you can color that all the way around, all the way on top. The entire thing will be blue. As promised, the last one that we are going to look at together, we're going to go back to number 4, because again, I know that this strategy was a little bit iffy when we left, so I want to make sure we have a really, really good hold on it. Looking at our 2 and 2/5 minus 1 and 3/5. The first thing that we look at is where the smaller numerator is. The smaller numerator happens to be with the bigger whole number. Since it is with the bigger whole number, you cannot subtract straight down. That would not give you the correct answer, so we are going to have to convert them into improper fractions and then subtract that way. Thinking about that circle method that we used before, we're going to multiply our denominator and our whole number, and then we will add the numerator. So 5 times 2 is going to give us 10, plus 2 is going to give us 12. So 2 and 2/5 turns into 12/5, minus, again, do our little circle method, of 5 times 1 would give us 5, plus 3 is going to give us 8. So we're going to have 12/5 minus 12/5 minus 8/5, and that would turn into 4/5. 4/5, like we talked about on number 11. Yes, 2 is even, so you could simplify that, but looking at your denominator with it being a prime number, they're not going to share any factors. So ultimately, it cannot be simplified. So 4/5 is going to be your final answer. Looking at your picture, we need to look and see where it says 4/5, and wherever it says 4/5, I apologize, we're going to color those red. 4/5 happens to be found on this object here. So getting our red, we're going to color all of our 4/5 red. All right, boys and girls, the rest of this worksheet is up to you. Please make sure that you answer questions on the Google form. Once you are done, please let me know so I can go on, check your answers, and then if you'd like to meet or talk about anything, just let me know.